Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I got you some Modern Warfare 3 PC gameplay and a little bit of Black Ops 2. We'll switch it over a little bit after this gameplay, but in the very beginning, I played a few matches and I got in a lobby with a guy who was typing racist stuff. So, if you're on Steam, which, by the way, you don't even have to pay for it, so even if you don't have Steam and you don't play games on PC, feel free to report this guy because I don't tolerate racism. And this video is not going to be about racism, but I just want to let you guys see this so that way hopefully this little bitch can get banned, because, you know, obviously people can change their names, but hopefully I can find a link to his Steam name so you can go to that account directly, because I think there's no way to change your link to your account. So hopefully I'll find it and put it in the description if there's a possible way to do that. If not, just try the name because he probably hasn't changed it. But regardless of the fact, I wanted to talk about the new Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. Now, I know a lot of you are probably pretty much done with Call of Duty at this point. You know, whether you've been a veteran of Call of Duty, whether you started in MW2, MW3, you know, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, whatever. I want to give my opinions on Black Ops 3. Now, I know we don't really have any information about it. We just have a trailer, and, you know, the thing is, you can kind of go off of what the multiplayer is going to be roughly like based on just a few images and a few short clips. So what I saw in the trailer, well, we saw wall running, which is, I'm almost positive is going to be a multiplayer, because the guy ran on the wall rather, and then he shot a guy with what looked like a shotgun, which had a very similar animation to the R870 off of Black Ops 2, so I'm going to assume there's going to be a shotgun that has very similar damage traits and characteristics of the R870 from Black Ops 2 in Black Ops 3, so we'll have to see. It's pretty much just probably going to be a reincarnated futuristic version of it, but obviously the game's been in development cycle for almost 3 years now, so it's pretty much not going to be changed. Now, I know a lot of people hated the exosuits. I actually enjoyed the exosuits for a while, and then once I realized it doesn't really work for how Sledgehammer did them, it just didn't work the way the mounts were laid out. Really, you can make a game work depending on the mounts, but exosuits in Call of Duty is just kind of hectic as it is, but it's probably because Sledgehammer has just made their first Call of Duty 2. They were probably just, you know, obviously not knowing what they're doing, but I'm not giving these guys any, any credit or anything, but I'm not also going to shoot the game down, you know, right off the bat. And I'm not just buying into the hype either. I'm just trying to be reasonable and look at this game from a very neutral perspective. I know a lot of people are very curious, you know, how it's going to be. A lot of people jump on the Treyarch fanboy, bandwagon and stuff, and the thing is, Treyarch has always made pretty fun and entertaining Call of Duties, let's be honest. Whether you hate it or not, Black Ops 2 was a fun Call of Duty at some points, because it had a bunch of awesome features. It had zombies, had a great campaign, at least I thought so, and you still got multiplayer, so really you're getting a decent amount for a $60 price. Of course, if you buy DLC, that's more, but for your standard $60, you're getting a decent amount out of a game. You can't really say that for modern games of today. You usually pay $60 and you get 1/4 of the content that was in Battlefield 4. Hardline, I'm sorry. It was a little bit harsh, but it's pretty true. I'm not picking on Hardline just because it's part of Battlefield. I love Battlefield, you guys know this. But, I'll have to make another commentary on discussing why I sold my PS4. Yes, I actually did return it. I didn't sell it, I returned it. Same thing, pretty much. I returned it, and I had to eat the money that I spent on buying the games and the 1-year PSN subscription. I know people are going to say I'm an idiot for it, but I just found out it wasn't for me. I thought I was going to be able to enjoy it for at least a solid 2 years or so, but the thing is with the PS4, I looked at it from a perspective of, is there really any games I'm going to play on it? You know, I've got Battlefield Hardline on it, and I had GTA 5 on it. I have a PC that can run any game you pretty much throw at it on the highest settings, and it runs it much better than it would on a console. And I don't really have too many friends besides some of my YouTube friends that play on the PlayStation 4, but they also play on the Xbox One, so I figured I already had one console, might as well keep that. It's really difficult as it is anyways to keep up with the subscription cost in the games, because on console you pay a lot more for your games, and obviously your annual subscription or whatever you want to consider it, depending on how you pay for it, whether it's yearly or monthly or whatever, you're paying to play a console for what it's meant to be played for. You know, most games nowadays, they're catered to multiplayer, but that's beside the point. I'll talk about that more in another video. I want to get back on to Black Ops 3, so we saw a bunch of futuristic stuff. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm not a big fan of the futuristic stuff. I'm more of a World War II kind of theme guy. I really like the World War II gritty kind of theme, and I understand it was very worn out around the Call of Duty World at War era. After World at War came out, a lot of people said, okay, you know, no more after this. World at War was great, but we don't want any more World War II themed games. Very understandable, because they've always had a World War II theme game. Just, it's always been in shooters for like years. And then it just got worn out, and a lot of people said they were tired of it. And then we went into the modern games for literally about 4 years, and they're like, okay, we're tired of this. Now we're in the future games, and we're more tired of it than we've ever been of any other genre. So where do we go from here? Well, obviously they're sticking with a futuristic theme. A lot of people are already hopping on the Ghost 2 bandwagon, which is kind of crazy. You know, it's not even been announced yet. It's going to be Ghost 2, though, I'm almost positive, but I'm not worried about the next Call of Duty. The current Call of Duty that's going to be out this year, I know it's not actually out, but I'm still considering it a current Call of Duty because it's been announced and we already know what it's roughly going to be like as far as how it's going to look gameplay-wise. A lot of people said it plays like, you know, Advanced Warfare, so if you hate Advanced Warfare, you're probably not going to like Black Ops 3, but I can't say for sure because I've never even seen really any live footage besides the trailer, so I'm not going to give you an opinion on that. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, just from seeing the trailer. It does look like Advanced Warfare, but it looks like Advanced Warfare had a baby with Crysis and Titanfall, and a little bit of Destiny. It's really crazy. I understand that games can only be so far apart as far as their distinct differences and stuff, but this game really looks like they talked with a bunch of the devs from those games, and they said, hey, I want to make your game, and I want to make my game like your game. I like how your style is of your game, and I'm going to do that with my game. I'm really surprised that you don't get any copyrights for it. I would be very surprised if that didn't happen, but let's be honest, Activision's lawyers can probably bail people out of a murder, so their lawyers are probably pretty much on point with that, so who knows, but pretty much everybody's on the fence about this game. Me personally, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be amazing, but I don't know because it's pretty much all up for debate, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. You guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. This just in, Advanced Warfare 2.0. You are the Harrier Jet.